Hello.
Hello. Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to get the camera to work.
Okay, no problem.
Désolé, donne-moi juste un instant. I don't know why it's doing this. Hey, there we go.
Hey, hi man.
How
How are
are
you?
you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Very good. Oh man, you have hair now. Whoa.
Yeah, I
Yeah, a
have
lot's
super
changed.
long hair
Yes,
now.
sir. Looks
Yeah,
good.
complete style, completely different now.
I love it. I love it.
I just wanted to change. You
Of
only have
course, yeah,
one
no.
life.
Of
You
course.
have to test everything.
Literally. No, it looks really good. I dig it.
Thanks, man.
Of course, of course.
So, well, congrats for your run,
Thank
man.
you, thank you. It feels good to see a new run at number one, I guess, but it's
Yeah,
hard at
it's
the
been a
same
long
time.
time.
Oh, for sure. It's hard
Yeah.
to take it away from you though at the same time, you know, like I almost feel bad. Like I still see you as like the number one, the king of Maxim.
Don't worry, man. A record is done to be crashed. It's normal.
Hmm.
Everything has to be beaten, and I'm super happy that new people came to this game because I was kind of lonely, to be honest.
Absolutely. You were like the only one doing it for like the longest time,
Yeah,
or like
yeah, and I remember when I started, I was completely alone. There was nobody running this game.
literally.
It was fun, but
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, I missed a bit of competition, that's for sure.
Absolutely, for sure. I can only imagine because I did some research too, and I saw that people back in like 2005 they were doing like little competitions against each other, but they were getting times in like the 4 hour ranges and stuff. So it felt like you were the
Ouch.
only one like of that
Yeah,
like level of skill when like in the
yeah,
game when it came to it. It felt like
because
yeah. No, sorry. Go.
you, no problem. But I don't remember when exactly I started to speedrun this game, but it
Hmm.
was a long time ago. Maybe I can find. There is an old video of me and a friend commentating my first one, which
Really?
was 1 hour and 7 minutes, if I
Oh yeah.
remember correctly. And yeah, so I started with this time, and I grinded a bit, and it was one of my very first games that I
Wow.
speedrun,
Yeah,
and it learned me a lot of things.
that's good. Yeah.
Frustration, patience, perseverance,
For
this kind
sure.
of stuff.
Everything could be
Yeah,
going right, and then if one of like three things doesn't go right, it's like just like that, it's
yeah,
over.
yeah. And as me, the
Hmm.
random fact at the end is just awful.
Yeah,
So when you have just to pray for one drop, it's
exactly. You need to
really
for
awful.
everything to go right for 50 minutes, and then you need just that
Yeah,
one little thing extra at the end. Otherwise, like it's 50 minutes down the drain on top of it.
yeah, it's so frustrating. It's not in your hand, and that's why
Yeah.
I don't recommend this game to speedrun honestly for your own sanity.
Literally.
But in a way, I really liked this game. I don't know you. Did you play this game at
Oh
the
yeah.
time?
So like the game came out like in 2001 in Japan, but in
Yeah.
North America and Europe it was 2002. So at the time I would have been 2 or 3 years old when it came out. I'm gonna be 22
Oh,
in March,
okay.
so
You're
yeah,
super
like
young.
it's a game that I grew up with, so it's easier for me to have like wanted to do it, you know, like it's a game that I grew up watching my dad play and then I would play it and then we'd
Oh,
always have a fun
great.
time going back and forth playing it. So it's a game I've like grown up
Cool.
with that I've had for such a long time, you know. That
And I think that that's why you managed to beat
yeah,
that. Because if you don't have love for this game, you won't get a time like
no,
that.
you need to have that little bit of passion. Like the only people that care
Yeah.
about this game or that ran this game were the ones in a similar situation, like people that grew up playing it or people that had it for such a long
Yeah.
time. How did you find it? Like, how did you find
Uh,
Maxima?
to be honest, I
Mm-hmm.
never played it when I was young. If I remember correctly, I was doing my how to say college, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
When I was 18, yeah, you go to college,
College, yeah,
right?
yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it. I was in my maybe first or second year in college, and I found this game on second hand
Mm-hmm.
in a shop, and I was, hey, I remember the trailer of this game in 2001. It looked awesome. I really like Ghosts and Goblins and stuff like that. So okay, I took it. It was maybe 5 euros or 10 euros. It was nothing, and I really really loved this game.
Yeah,
It's it kept the really hard and frustrating stuff of the arcade. I think
mm-hmm.
it's really punishing. You do one
Absolutely.
mistake,
And the
that's
game makes you
horrible.
pay for it. Yep.
And I think that there is a good balance. It was a really good balance between a casual, hardcore, and with this, I really dig this graphism too. I know a lot of people don't like this game,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
personally, I really like it.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was pretty late for me, but yeah, it's
But still, yeah. But
yeah, yeah, I really
it
love
was
this
never
game.
too late at the same time. No, that's good. I'm glad
Yeah,
that you liked it so much. And a lot of people haven't even heard of the game, and then they'll give it a shot, and they're like, "Oh my
yeah.
god, how have I never heard of this game before?" You know?
That's true, and that's interesting because I remember at the time when the PS2 came out, it was pretty much the same time.
Yeah.
It was one of the first game on PlayStation 2, right?
Oh, for
No?
sure. Like, if the PlayStation 2 I think came out in like 2001 ish or 2000, so yeah, it would have been like relatively
Yeah,
early
it
into
was during
the
the
cycle.
first year of the PlayStation
Yeah.
2. So I remember seeing it in in the shops everywhere,
Hmm.
and I had some memories of this game, even if I never played it at this time.
But you remember
And
at
I
least
really,
like seeing it, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Definitely, I saw it on the shop magazines and stuff like that. Yeah,
Hmm.
sure, 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 sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, that's how I speedrun this game.
No, for sure. No, I'm like, I love it. I love watching the run, and that brings me to my second question, though. Is that do you have like another like a copy available of your speedrun? Because if you try watching it on Twitch, on a lot of
Yeah,
browsers, it won't work. Or if it does work, the last like 10 minutes ish, it just completely black, and I don't know what happened. Because up until like a year ago, it worked perfectly fine, no issues whatsoever, and then all of a sudden, just
yeah, I saw it maybe a few months ago. There was I don't know why, but I think Twitch lost a server, and
yeah.
yes, the last part is missing. I managed to get with a downloader hold the video, but yeah, the
Okay,
last 10
perfect.
minutes are missing. So no, I don't have any recording of this
Oh
live.
wow. Okay.
Of course, I have the raw videos that I recorded in on my PC at the time. So yeah, I have just the footage, the gameplay footage,
Mm-hmm.
which is best quality, but I don't have the stream video, unfortunately.
Really? Okay.
Maybe someone has it on its hard drive somewhere, but
Yeah.
it will need to ask on, I don't know, Facebook, stuff like that. And I
Do
don't
some
have any
research.
network, so
It's all good.
well, it's pretty sad, but well, that's it.
It happens. That's it. Like we got to watch it in the past. That's all that matters. I know that you did like an interview with. They were called The End of No Life, and they have your whole run with
Yeah,
you and I never got his name, but you guys together doing the interview together, and you have the run in the background from start to finish.
that's it. That's this video that I have in
Mm-hmm.
good quality. And yeah, because at the time I was working at this television, which
Oh,
was
okay.
a gaming, a Japanese gaming channel, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I used to have several broadcast, I think you say.
Yeah.
Is it the right emission?
Like channels or.
It's on the same channels, but there is some different categories and different stuff. And I had this particular one that was dedicated to super playing because I really, really like challenges and performance in video games.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I had this, let's say, broadcast. Well, let me check. I
Yeah,
have a
for sure.
dictionary. How is that called? Ah, program. A program, of course.
Oh, yeah. I don't
So
even know. I didn't even think about.
program, yes.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I was the presenter of this program,
Mm-hmm.
and one day I didn't have any stuff to show, so I decided to bring an old friend and to show my own run, and it
Oh, I
was
love
yeah
it.
fun.
Okay, so that was like
Yeah,
one of your friends. Like, was it like a high school friend? Like,
not
just
a high school friend. I met him because of video game
okay,
again. Yeah, it's the center of my life. Just
of
wow,
course.
and yeah, of course, and yeah, at the time we really loved both shooting games, arcade shooting games,
Yeah,
and we were really few in France at this time to have our own arcade cabinets with shooting games, and that's how we met at the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that still happening? Because I noted, like, because when I messaged them on YouTube, I put a little comment. I asked them if there was any way to get in contact with you because obviously they did an interview with you. I figured, oh, maybe they have like an email address or something, and they sent me a link to like I don't remember the name of the. It was like an arcade website though, but I can't remember what the name was. And he
Oh,
was like, he
maybe
was
Shmup,
president of that, and
shmup.com,
yeah.
I think. But where did you ask this question? Sorry.
If I could pull it up like right now, even it's on the video that the end of No Life posted. They did the part 1 and part 2 of your speedrun video.
Because
I
it's on YouTube, this video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did
I
you?
didn't know it
Oh
was on
wow. Okay.
YouTube
Here. I'll pull it out for you. I'll even put the links. Like I'll copy paste them.
because during the time, of course, it was forbidden to upload them on YouTube. But since the channel
Oh.
is dead for several years, it's okay now.
Okay. Here. I'll paste part 1. That's part 1. And I literally, all I wrote was Salut, je sais que ce vidéo a été publié en 2019, mais je suis très intéressé en parler avec le légendaire AM. Est-ce que vous avez une façon de le contacter? Merci beaucoup. And
Ah,
they
fun,
wrote,
fun. And who responded? Yeah,
yeah, at the end of the month, they replied, they said, c'est maintenant le président de l'association Coin-Up
oh,
Legacy. Je ne dis pas de bêtises. En tout cas, en
okay.
2017, c'était le cas. Je ne pense pas que ça ait changé
Yeah,
depuis. And then
I
he sent
don't
me the
know
link. So.
who is this guy. No idea. But yeah, that's true. I was the president of this
Okay.
association
Yeah.
of arcade preservation, and that was a way to join me, but it was easier on my own channel. You did right.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Like, cause I had subscribed to your YouTube channel a while ago, and I didn't even remember doing that. So on like a last whim, I typed in your the channel name, and then sure enough, it popped up. So like, let me check, and I saw your last upload was 1 year ago. I'm like,
Yeah.
1 year isn't that long. Like maybe if I leave a comment, he'll answer. And then sure enough, like almost like in less than a day, you replied back, and I freaked out. And I showed some people on Discord that enjoy watching the runs too, and they were all freaking out too. It's like, holy shit, he's
Cool.
back.
I'm not back, but I'm
No,
not
yeah,
dead.
that's it.
Sure,
Exactly.
but
That's all that matters.
yeah, and it's always a pleasure to see new runners.
Of course,
so,
yeah. Thank you so much
when I
for
saw
replying.
your message, of course, I always check, the channel of the guy, and of course, I saw your video, so I go, hey, great, great, man.
Oh my god, thank you. And so I have to ask too, of all the runs that you've done, did you ever have one that would have been like better than your record, but then like maybe you didn't get the Armageddon at the end, or maybe you died somehow, or like maybe just something went wrong that you could remember?
That's a good question, but
Mm-hmm.
man, it's 8 years old.
I was gonna say that was quite a
I
while
have
ago.
no memory of that.
It's all good.
No, to be honest, maybe I could check on the beginning of the video, since there is only the last 10 minutes that are missing on my splits. I don't know if I was really ahead of my best or not, but to be honest, it was really a great run, and I don't think at this time, with my level, I would have been able to maybe 10 seconds better, but that's all. It was at my limit at the time. It was
For
really
sure.
my boundaries. And
No, like you put a lot of work into that run, and like everything went really well. Like the only way you were losing time on that is if like new strategies would have been discovered like as of then. But 8 years ago there wasn't too much, and it felt like you were the one discovering everything. And I have to ask too, did you discover the bridge skip in World 1 level 4, the one where you go on the bridge and then just jump away? The bridge collapses. Oh my god.
Yeah. And it's really funny because you are in a speedrun mindset and you want to go fast, so you go always straight forward and you never look back.
Never.
And I don't know where, maybe one time I fell or stuff like that stupidly, and I just realized that, hey, my god, there is a stair now, and it's I don't know, it's maybe 20-30 seconds improvement.
Oh yeah.
And I was super happy, and that's, I think it was a random discovery.
Okay.
I'm not sure, it's too old,
for sure,
but it's pretty sad at this time that I was completely alone, because I'm pretty sure that if we were at least 2 or 3, maybe we would be able to found more strategies at the time. And I was completely, once I found all my strategies, I was just running for it, and there was no question about it. So yeah, that's
Perfect.
the
Yeah.
sad
Because that was
part.
bothering me for a while too. I'm like, I'm positive he's the one who founded it, but like, I don't know. At the same time, this is so long ago, and there were like no surviving videos of Maxima
There is
up until that
absolutely
point. You know?
nothing on YouTube at this time. There
Exactly.
was nothing.
You
It
try
was
looking
really
up like Ghost to Glory glitches, nothing comes up. Sequence breaks, nothing
nothing.
comes up. The only like
No.
sequence break that you could even call it was that bridge skip that you found. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, and
technically
the
not
fact
even a glitch. It's just like you jump on the bridge, break it, and then you're at the end. You know?
it's not a glitch, it's
Mm-hmm.
just a mechanism abuse, if I
Ah,
can
for sure.
say. Because of course, if you fall, you have to go back to be able to go back. So it's just
Exactly. That's it.
a safety put by the developers, I
Mm-hmm.
think. And yeah, only a few people discovered it, I think.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But no major glitches. Unfortunately, I searched a
No. Yeah.
long time. At the time, I ran it on a emulator with cheat engine. I
Mm-hmm.
tried to do some out of bounds stuff, but never
And
found a
nothing.
way
Oh my god.
to
Even with
fix it.
cheats. Wow.
Yeah, but I'm not really comfortable with those tools. I'm not. I
Absolutely.
don't
No.
do any tasks. Maybe if a real task guy go on this game, maybe we'll find something. But
Mm-hmm.
with just save states, and of course with cheat engine, you can jump indefinitely. So I tried to see if maybe if we can jump over there, but it was just theory, and I wasn't able to
Exactly.
prove anything at the time.
No, it was very well made, this game, for stuff like that. Like they added a lot of like
Yeah,
boundaries. Like even if it looks like you could jump over something, there's like a wall maybe like that much higher just to
yeah,
really make sure that you can't get over it, you know? They did a really
yeah,
good
yeah.
job with
The only thing I found, and I'm so sad, I think I don't have the video. I found a kind of Wong warp,
Oh really?
but I remember landing in the world 4,
Mm-hmm.
the flesh and death mechanisms world. I remember spawning in one world without any assets, without the sprites and stuff like that,
Oh.
and I I have no idea how I did that, and I have no video, but it was not useful anyway for a
No.
speedrun. But that's the only real bug that I found in this game, and it happened once during all my runs.
Wow, yeah. And this was on console, right? Like this was you like doing a run? Oh
Oh, I
wow.
did this glitch on emulator, so maybe it's not possible on
Ah, okay.
console.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah,
You never, or it was like a once in a lifetime thing, like a random like hardware issue that's just like not really
yeah.
replicable kind of thing. You never know, but that's it. If it happened one time, it's really hard to prove it from
Yes.
there.
So that's a really solid. It's a well developed game. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I could agree with that.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah.
And I have to ask too, there was I wanted to ask you about your run with the European speedrun assembly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This one.
How did you manage?
This.
How did you swing that? Like, how was your experience and all that? I'd love to hear your
Uh,
side.
that's funny because the run went pretty well, if
It
I
was a very good
remember
run. Yeah, it was like a
correctly,
57
until
minute
the
time.
end, and I also got a really lucky drop at the end, so I was super
Yeah.
happy. I was okay, man. I'm gonna do a really good time, and I remember completely screwing up the last boss, starting
Uh,
to freak out because I don't have any real backup strategy,
exactly.
because I was running at home for record. So if I don't have the quick strat,
You just reset.
it's just reset.
Exactly.
And I was in the middle of this dark room with I don't know many thousands of viewers, and I was, oh my
Exactly.
god,
There's a lot more
how am I
eyes on
gonna
you.
beat this boss? I
Yeah.
I don't have any backup strat. And I remember how I beat this boss during my first playthrough, just putting in the center, wait
Yep.
for a hit to appear and jump and do that.
Yeah.
It was painful. It was so painful for me.
No, but either way though, like it was a very impressive run, and like being on the spot and you had that one run, no resets, anything, 57 minutes time. Not bad. That's very
That's
good.
yeah. At the time, I was really into this. When you are going to a speedrun marathon, you train a lot, a lot, a lot, and yeah, I was really hyped for it. But it was a good lesson. Always work for backup strategies,
Hmm.
even the things that you manage to succeed every time. Because if something goes wrong,
Yeah,
you have no backup in live. Oh my god,
you're done.
that's a awful feeling.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that too, like when you're running the game, there'll always be a part that you're just like, oh, I've done this part hundreds of times and nothing will go wrong, and then one random thing will get you, and like maybe that could be a 40-minute time loss there, like all of a sudden, just because you thought like, nothing will go wrong here, and then all of a sudden the game just throws a little bit of a curveball, and then you have to learn like,
Yeah,
okay, now this could happen, so now you have to improvise for that, or like, and I need to adapt to that situation,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. You have to adapt, and there is always some surprise when you run. Also, the famous "never happened before" is true. It
Yeah.
happens sometimes,
Oh, for
and
sure.
it's scary.
Oh yeah,
So you always learn from your game. Yeah, always.
absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah,
um
that was a great memory, and I was happy to be able to show this game to everybody because it was so unknown at this time,
yeah, oh my
and
god.
to be able to show it during this ESA was really cool. I was really pleased. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's it.
and
And so, did you contact them? Did they get in contact with you, or how did
oh,
that all happen?
I knew them, and the funny thing is, I don't remember the year, but it was the second ESA, and I was at the first ESA the year before, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, it's so funny. I was only on the SDA forum, Speed Demos Archive.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's a forum. I was on this at this time, speaking about speedruns.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing a topic saying, hey, there is a small European speedrun, a marathon going on in 10 days in Sweden. 10 days. I just messaged, hey, is there some space available? I can do this run, and they messaged me, yeah, sure, just come. It was so different that
That's
now you
amazing.
have
Yeah.
to send your submission 1 year before.
I was gonna say
At
there's
this
like a
time,
long time to wait before they'll accept it. Yeah.
yeah, it was so, I don't won't say ghetto, but the organization was so funny, so friendly. It was only, we were, I don't know, 20, 30 people gathering
Man.
in this
Yeah.
small room with a shitty webcam. There was maybe 500 viewers at max, and it
Mm-hmm.
was super fun. We had a really great time. At this time, I ran Ocarina of Time, many
Oh
percent,
wow.
and
Okay.
Metroid.
Nice. Yeah.
And yeah, I made a few Swedish friends, and so yeah, the next years just send me a message. Hey, do you want to show something, some other runs? And so I was able to do again Metroid Prime and this run, and I also were able to do Resident Evil 4, which
Yeah.
was my second main game, but in the bonus stage because there was some other runners doing new game
Already
plus
doing.
for the game.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so that's how I ended in this marathon. And the next year, I didn't came because I had some problems, and I quit out speedrunning after that.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
No,
yeah,
it's okay. So like, is that like, was that the main reason for just like, because 8 years ago, like super active, you're running all kinds of different games, you amassed a pretty good audience too, and then it seemed like all of a sudden just like
yeah.
stopped.
Let's say there was some changement in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I had to stop at this time for a personal reason.
Yeah,
And it's pretty hard to come back after 1 year. I tried, I made a new channel,
I noticed.
so
Yeah,
thanks for back, because I wanted to do different stuff. And it was fun, but yeah, finally I really ended streaming, at least,
mm-hmm.
because as you can see, I still like performances video game. I have to do some challenges sometimes on the run on the games, and when a run is sent, I publish it on my YouTube. But streaming is really, you have to be there really regularly.
Yeah,
It's a job for me, and I don't have the time and patience to do that again. Even if sometimes I think again about, hey, if I what about streaming again? But oh shit, I have to buy a new internet connection, new cam, news. Oh shit.
that's it. That's it. It's a lot of expenses that'll just start piling up, and like it's not
Yeah,
necessarily going to be guaranteed to pay it out at the same time, you know.
and
And
the
then
worst thing is that I know me. I'm really, I like to do some quality stuff, and I need some time, and I don't know if I would be able to stream every day as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and just do one stream per week too is not enough for viewers. I think you have to stream at least 2 3 times a week, and
Yeah,
it's an investment,
absolutely. Yeah.
time speaking. So maybe one day, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
We'll see.
exactly. You still got plenty of time to think about that, anyways. But like, that's it. It all
Yeah,
boils down to like if you want to, and like just because other people want you to doesn't mean like that you have to. Obviously, like you like obviously put yourself first in that situation, and
yeah. I received a lot of cheerful messages, and really touching, to
mm-hmm.
receive a message from people saying, "Hey, we want you back. When are you speaking again?" That's cool.
Yeah,
But always I said, I don't know, don't expect anything. And yeah, 8 years later, I'm still not on the scene. Yeah, and I think that now the level is really higher at the time, because at this time, speedrunning was getting more and
yeah. It
more.
was probably picking up like it was picking up a little bit of speed back then, but
Yeah, it was the beginning of the speedrunning hype,
mm-hmm.
say, but it was still confidential, in my opinion. And we were really a few runners. Now, when I see all these runners win thousands and thousands of attempts,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. The level is so high now. If you want a record, oh my
Yeah.
god.
No, that's why like it's hard finding a game now too, and that's why I thought Maximum would have been perfect because it's like there's not 500 people running this that have nailed it down to like maybe 3 frames of time save. So okay, we just need to push for those 3 extra frames. It's a run
Yeah,
that like anything could happen. It's always different every single time you boot it up. You never know what's gonna happen, and that's why I push
that's
so hard.
that's true, and that's a 1 hour game is good for speedrunning. I
Yeah.
think that's a good
It's the perfect. It's
time.
not too fast. It's not a 5 minute game, but
Yeah,
it's not like a 7 hour game at the same time. It's the perfect balance of like just
that's
long
it.
enough to make it feel good when you get a run done.
Exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And yeah, that was a good choice if you are in love with this game. That's perfect. I always say that you have to love the game to run
Absolutely.
it. Don't run a game just for anything else. You have to love it. Otherwise, it's gonna be pain and
Yep. And you're just gonna hate it the whole time. You're not gonna want to do it, and your times are
yeah,
gonna suffer, and you're gonna suffer too.
that's it. For me, when you run a game, even if it's speedrunning, challenges, low percent, it's a love letter for the game, in my opinion. Maybe it's too romantic, sorry, but
No, no, of
you,
course
you
not.
really express your love for the game, so you have to
Absolutely.
love
Yeah, I know
it.
where you're coming from with that for sure. That's a good way to put it too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And so, when did you start to speedrun this game?
Oh man. So my first run was when the pandemic like not when it first happened, but like when it all went down, like we were working way less. Just
Yeah.
at home way more with a lot less things to do. I was streaming a good portion at the time, so I figured like what game could I bring to the table, and I figured like, oh, Maxima could be a fun one. But I remember I had seen your video beforehand
Oh, okay.
because like I got into like watching speedruns, and so I figured
Okay.
like I wonder if there's a speedrun for Maxima, and sure enough, just one quick Google search, Dio Evil Drug pops up on Twitch, 54:41. I'm like, holy shit, 54 minutes he beat the game. So I watched it.
Yeah.
Like this is insane, and I watched it a couple times, and one day I'm just like, oh, let's stream it. Let's try to speedrun it. Like, I didn't know any of the
Cool.
strategies you were going for except for the bridge skip, pretty much. That was about it. That's all I was able to remember. So I just went in, did that, and that was in July, I'm pretty sure, June or July. So about
Okay.
7 months ago, and my time was an hour and 31 minutes.
Hey,
Yeah.
good.
For like
Yeah.
10 runs in, not too bad. It was like an hour and a
Yeah.
half, plenty of time to improve. And then I did that one run and that was it. Took a long break. And then about a month ago, I was thinking about it. It's like, I want to play Maximo again. And then I was thinking more. I'm like, what if we like actually put some effort into speedrunning it? So I did more and more runs. We got an hour 17 time, kept running hour 15, so on, hour 5, hour 2. We were dying a lot less. We were learning the strategies. We were taking notes. And then
Yeah.
it was around that time, like maybe a week or two as of me coming back to speedrunning it, that The second place guy, his name was Spiky. He contacted me because I commented on his YouTube video that he uploaded, saying like, "Oh, nice time," and then he uploaded another video. Like it was him dying with a really good run. I'm like, "Oh, it's so unfortunate to see. I'm sorry." And then he found me on Discord and he sent me a message, and he was like willing to teach me a lot of the strategies and max mode that I didn't even know about. I didn't know how the enemy spawns worked. I didn't know that you need to go in with certain drops, kill an enemy this way, so on and so forth. And like the
Yeah.
keys, more importantly, like, I didn't know what the key routing was. So he helped me with a lot of that stuff, and he helped lower my time from an hour 17 or hour 5 at the time to like an hour on the dot. I got 2 1 hour 41-second times in a row. That was hilarious. Then we finally beat sub 1 hour with a 59 time, and then 58.
Yeah,
And
that's an
then
achievement. 7 hour is
absolutely, the
yeah,
first time I hit sub 1 hour, we were freaking out. It was still 4th
yeah,
place, but we were freaking out that we hit sub hour for the first time. And then
yeah,
we hit a 56. It was a 56-56, like on the dot pretty much, which was close to 3rd place, which was a 56-30-ish. And then a couple of days later, we ended up beating that with a 56-0 something. But it was still like just below, like just above sub 55. We're super close. And the
yeah.
second place time was 55-57, I think. So we were like right in the middle between second and third. I just kept trying
That's
that.
cool. That's
Yeah.
really good to hear people, helping each other for the game.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah, he could have just not told me anything and been like, I don't care. Like, I want to be
that's what
second
I
place,
love
you
about
know?
community when it goes in a positive way.
Yeah.
Really, because oh yeah, also I quit out speedrunning because of a lot of dramas and stupid stuff like
Okay.
that,
Gotcha.
and I don't like that, unfortunately. But yeah, it's really good to see people just helping,
Absolutely.
and
Like the actual
I
community
love that.
aspect. Yeah, for sure. And like a lot of
Yeah,
people, I'm sure, will not want to share their strategies, this, that, and the other. But a lot of people don't let their ego get to them, you know? And he helped me out a lot in that situation. And I figured, I'm like, you were inactive for so long. I didn't know any way of contacting you. Otherwise, I would have happily have like reached out to you and been like, hey, do you have any tips, tricks, whatever? But at that point, it
yeah.
was fine. He was very knowledgeable in the game. He knew all the strategies you were going for. He implemented some of his own as well. So it was like a little combination of both, you know?
Okay, he was running for a long time.
He took second place about 3 years ago. So he's been
Okay,
running seriously for a couple of years, like a lot more than me. But yeah, he did his second place time 55-57 in 2018, I'm pretty sure. Sometime
okay,
2018, yeah.
okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. That's awesome.
Oh, for sure. And then he took a bit of a break too, though. And when he saw that I was playing up again, he started running it a bit more seriously. And so we were super close to beating his time as well. And then he comes back the next day with a new personal best of his by almost 30 seconds. It was from 55-57 to
Nice.
55-20 something. It's like, well, shit, we're not going to be able to break that now. And then I think the next day we got a 55-0 something. We beat his time like the very next day after his PB. And I felt really bad again. But it's super cool to see that we were an hour and a half 6 months ago, and now we're second place.
Yeah,
Oh man.
that's awesome. That's a really good
Yeah.
adventure.
For sure.
I like it, and yeah, the power of just two people,
That's
the
it.
competition, and it brings everybody's in a upper level. That's a good
That's
way
it.
of
It's like it's a friendly rivalry kind of thing. It's like you want
friend.
to
Yeah,
win, but like you want to see the other person succeed. Like there's no fun in just
yeah.
being on top the
You
whole
just
time, you know?
want to see the best time, the best possible time,
Yeah,
whoever takes it.
absolutely.
That's it.
If you could get your
Yeah,
time down to 53-20 something, then like that'd be insane if we saw it. It might not be me who does it, but if someone else does it, you know, like that's still a really cool feature to have. Like no one's ever had a 53 up until a couple days ago when I got a 54-42. It was almost world record. I was freaking out. We were 1 second away.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I know that feeling. I
Yeah.
remember using it was on Resident Evil 4,
Oh,
and I
okay.
was struggling to have the first sub 2 hours
Yeah.
because it was never done at this time. And I
Oh shit.
remember in the not the last room, maybe the second to last room,
Mm-hmm.
the second character named Ashley
Mm.
did something completely weird, and I lost 5 seconds
Oh
because of
man.
her, and I ended with a 2 hours and 3 seconds,
That's
and I was, oh, this feeling is so awful.
yeah, you're like, fuck, literally everything went right, but this one little thing just throws you off, and it's like, oh,
Oh
great.
man.
Yeah, my god. For me,
Yeah.
what made it the 54:42 instead of what could have been world record was on the second to last level, you know, the I can't remember what it's called. It's the something of despair. It's the one where you
Okay.
end up in the garden section at the very end, you
Yeah,
know.
the garden. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the first Dark Knight you kill, you just do the wave with Armageddon. The
Yeah.
first one I kill, I'm running up to go past him. He drops a fire sword directly on top of
Ah,
me.
yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
I know that.
Right, and
I will
I
be
had never had that
careful.
happen to me before. I never thought, and that's the situation before we were talking about, where a million times you'll run it, it won't happen, but the one time it'll happen when you're not expecting it, and sure enough, it loses you almost 30 seconds because you have two more nights after that to kill on top of it.
That's long.
You
Yeah.
know exactly. So that's it.
Yes. Yes.
And then the end, 54:42. I'm like, I'm happy that we were so close, but I'm upset that we were so close at the same time. You know?
And I will be honest, I'm super happy to finally beat my time with such a great gap,
Yeah.
because when I saw your video, I on YouTube and I watched until the end. I was super happy.
Oh,
And
thank you.
so you were speaking about Speaky, the second guy. So I was, hey, there is some competition on Maximo,
Yeah.
and I went on speedrun.com to check
Mm-hmm.
the other runners. And at this time, I was, oh my god, I saw you were on PS3,
Yeah.
and I was, oh my god, I knew at the time that PS3 had faster loading time, and I was, oh shit, if maybe he didn't beat my in-game time, and I, oh shit, and I didn't know the real-time differences. So you know what I do? What I
Mm.
did? I downloaded your video and put some montage stuff, and I
Oh
calculated
wow.
the
Okay.
loading time, and I can assure you, you beat me, no
Really.
problem. I can told you the differences between
Mm-hmm.
PS2 and PS3, uh, only for loadings, only hardware difference
Okay.
is 70 seconds, let's say between 70 and 80, 18,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, 17 and 18 seconds. I
Wow.
will
See, I didn't
I,
even think it was. I thought they were about the same time to load because I know that also Japanese will. Once you beat the first boss, you skip out on that line of dialogue. So I thought by playing American, it's like you lose time no matter what. So I didn't even think PS3 saved time. Wow.
there is no real on it, but I did it. So it is the difference I calculated for loading difference.
Mm-hmm.
And between version, it's pretty hard to say because there is two main factors. First,
Yeah.
of course, girl dialogue at the end of
Yeah.
every world. And it ended up, strangely enough, on your version, it's 4 seconds faster than on my Japanese version.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
but
Wow.
you have also a small disadvantages on every, at the end of to slash a
That the
stone.
crystal. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to mash the button to skip your statistic, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit faster on Japanese
Oh,
than
really?
US, but it's like 0.1 or 0.2 seconds.
Okay.
So
It doesn't
to
even add
the
up to that much.
it's on the whole run, sorry, it's maybe 2 seconds difference. So yeah, the US version is pretty much equal to the Japanese version,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 2 seconds advantages, but
Gotcha.
nothing big. No, the real difference is, yeah, PS3 has definitely faster loading,
Interesting.
but
All right. See, I didn't even know
honestly,
that. You just taught me something
you
today.
beat me by a lot, so there is no problem.
No, that's it.
I
Like,
was
if you think that, like, if the loading times are super drastic in that situation, then like you could almost say that there should be two different categories at that point. But especially with like few people running it, or like most people are playing it on PS2, a couple on PS3, it was so hard to tell the difference. But if
Yes,
it's
that's
not that huge, I
no,
don't
that's
like.
not huge. I think the only real thing has to be done is some resources on speedrun.com, maybe with those calculation, to
Mm-hmm.
tell everybody, if you want the world record, go on PS3. You have no chance on PS2. Seriously, it's not a huge difference, but 18 seconds is quite a lot.
Absolutely.
So I think it's quite important to say it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
because
No, now that I know that, like, I'm a moderator for the Ghost to Glory page. I could like make a forum saying like,
yeah, if you want, I can send me my calculation.
yeah, for sure,
Pretty
by all means,
messy.
please.
It's super messy, and we have, if we really want to do a good job, we need to time also the PAL version with all different dialogue, French, English,
Oh
Dutch, because
yeah.
maybe there is a best version, but I don't know which one it is, and it's painful to time it. It's
Oh,
really
no
painful.
kidding. It's too funny. Because I know that Spiky, he plays it on PAL. He plays it on PS2 PAL. Yeah,
Okay,
and I
but
have Japanese coming in a couple days. Like I have a Japanese PS2 and I have Japanese Maximo. It's supposed to come today, but it might not. We'll see.
okay.
But like I could do some nice comparisons that way as well. But
Yeah, of course, my calculation, and it's better if several people does it.
100%.
But yeah, I have the feeling that actually the US version is a bit faster, but
Really
really 2 seconds max.
interesting.
And no idea about the PAL version. I still have it somewhere on my drawer or something. Maybe, but I need to ask you to go to take my PS2 back. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a lot of work. I don't know if
Oh
I will do
man.
it.
And I know that in some situations too, the PAL will run at a lower frame rate on top of that too. So I wonder if the PlayStation 2 has that, because I know like sometimes the NES had that, or like the
Yeah,
N64 had that. If you're playing on PAL, it would play at like a slightly slower frame rate, so the game would be playing
I
slightly
calculate.
slower. You know?
Yeah, but oh, maybe never mind. I can do it pretty easily for the French version because I'm pretty sure I can find the video first record that was done on the PAL version. Let me check. Maybe I can find it.
Mm-hmm. So were you
Um,
playing on PAL French at the time, and then you switched over to
Time I
Japanese?
was on my second-hand French version, and I just changed to Japanese later because I really like Japanese.
Yeah.
I used to learn this language, so
Oh,
I
really
decided
cool.
to run it like that. Shit, where is it? Oh, oh, I have the channel. Oh shit. Well, I will after because
Either
I'm
way, yeah,
afraid
no, it's all good.
it was done with a friend at the time, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't find his channel again. I will search, and
For
if I
sure.
find it, I will time the PAL version,
Okay.
at least the French PAL, to see if there is really
Sounds good.
some
We could keep
huge.
like a track of like what the load time differences are. So
Yeah, yeah.
that works out nicely actually. Thank you if you're able to find that.
No, I think it's really useful. At the time when I finished to run this game, it was pretty much the time that, where the PS3 version came out.
Yeah.
And I remember a viewer at the time sent me a video. It was a comparison of the first loading screen, which is a 1 second and almost 2 seconds faster.
Oh my
And it
god.
was like, hey man, if you want to beat your record, you have to play on PS3. And I was, oh, shit, I won't play this game again just for that.
For that reason specifically.
Yeah, but
I love
nobody
it.
really timed it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I did it, but maybe it's better if someone else do it too, to be
Absolutely.
sure. To be sure.
So, on that note as well, though, the third place at the time, his name was Yamanaru, and he was playing on Japanese as well, but he was
Okay.
playing Japanese PS3. Do you think
Yeah.
that would save even more time?
No, because I think I'm not an expert, but
Mhm.
I think there are two factors. First, hardware, and
Okay.
PS3 will just speed up the loading.
Yeah.
That's all. When it fade out to black, it's only there will be some faster loading, but the rest is, I think, identical to the PS2 version. I'm pretty sure.
The one notable difference is just with the dialogues at after every boss fight. The
Yeah.
first boss fight, Gus, like when you rescue, her name's Lenore, I'm pretty sure. When you
Oh, I
make
don't
your
really.
selection, yeah, I don't even know their names, but the first boss, when you beat Gus, there's the girl. You choose the armor. On
Okay.
every other version, she'll give you another line of dialogue, but on Japanese, it's straight to the next level like
Yeah.
that.
I have the comparison for me. On Japanese is 21 second, and 25 seconds. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, around 4 seconds faster on Japanese.
Okay. So do you
But
think also the like if you top PS3 into that equation as well, if it's Japanese and it's
of
PS3, do you
course,
think?
first we have to find the fastest PS2 version.
Mm-hmm.
Is it US? Most likely, but we have to time all PAL version.
Yeah, 100%. There's
And
a lot.
when it's done, you just take this version and play it on PS3, and you are sure to have this version. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Yeah. So and yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Japanese version is a bit slower than US.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give that a shot because again, like I wanted to switch over to Japanese. I ordered it like days before I set my time. I wasn't expecting to beat it. I just wanted to get into practice before it came, and then sure enough, we got a 53-minute time.
Yeah, that's already done, man.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's not like I don't feel like it's a waste, but it's just it's funny to think about,
No,
you know.
and it's I have whole no, I don't have the US Japanese version, but I like to have all the version of a game
Yeah,
that I love.
no, good point too. And the artwork for Japanese looks a lot nicer, I think, you know.
So awesome,
Oh
right?
my god,
I
it's
love
ridiculous.
yeah, it's
I didn't know if there were
100%.
differences. I thought I was buying Army of Zin the first time I was looking at it because I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. It's like, oh my god, no, that's the Japanese cover. Like that's how nice it looks.
It's really a nice
It's
cover. I
ridiculous.
like it. Yeah. That's for sure. So yeah, really congrats.
Thank you,
Crushed
honestly.
record by more than 20 seconds. It's
It's
really good.
ridiculous. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I have to ask too, because obviously everyone saw the 5441. Like, what other PBs did you have at the time that weren't the 5441? Like, did you have another 54 or 55 that you could remember, or like more than that, or?
I think it was my first sub 55.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, it's easy to be sure of that. Just let me check.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be here, here, here. Yeah, at the time, my best time was 55 and 12 seconds.
Wow, nice. Yeah.
So that was my first sub 55, and I was done.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
like from going from 55, like a low 52 to 5441, like you could just say, see ya, like I'm done. That's perfect.
yeah, seriously. And at this time, I was using old split system. It was not as fancy as what is called right now. It's a live split,
Live
I
split,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like W split, if I'm remembering. And there was no sum of best and stuff like that. So I have no idea how would have been my
Absolutely,
best
yeah.
time.
Yeah, I'm
There
sure,
was
honestly, with how like, cause I'm pretty sure, like either in your interview or somewhere, you said too that like it might have been during the European speedrun thing that you've done like hundreds or like thousands of runs too. So I'm sure if you took the sum of best from all the times you played, and that's a lot of runs too. Like I'm sure you're somewhere in the 50, like a really low 53 as well. It has to be.
To be honest, with my level and on PS2,
Mm-hmm.
I think that sub 54 is the maximum. You can't go below
No,
53
I don't think there.
with actual strategies, of
Yeah.
course.
Unless like
But
some other big discovery happens, I don't think we're going to see a 52, to be honest.
yeah,
Like even if everything goes right, if you get the fire sword at the end of level 1, that saves like 5 right there, but like I think my sum of best right now is looking at a 53-28, I think, and I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be 52 anytime soon.
it's just too hard.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of
But
variables on top of it, so even if absolutely everything goes right, every little single thing, I don't think it's even going to be possible unless we find one other skip that'll shave off another 10-15 seconds somewhere, and
the
that's just a
main
fact.
pitch would change
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, that's for sure.
That's it. And that's the problem with that, like with not enough people running it, there's no tool assisted runs or anything. Like we don't know what could happen. We could be sitting on like gold mines right now without even realizing.
It would be a different category. There would
Yeah.
category. Yeah. So yeah, that's really cool to see people on this game, man.
Yeah, it makes me happy seeing people playing it, and I hope we get like we inspire more people to play it as well. And I feel like I really hope that this video does well because I'm working on the progression video that we are talking about. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the YouTuber Summoning Salt. He does videos like this where he'll do like he does world record progressions. So like
Okay.
the world record for Super Mario 2, let's say, was back in like 2003, and he'll show all that stuff and like how it got lower and lower and lower and where we're at today. So I wanted to do
Oh,
something similar where like I'm talking about the gameplay at first and then talking about all the different runs that we've had in the past. So
okay.
starting with your world
That's,
record and
that's a good idea.
mm-hmm,
Uh, oh, but yeah, I never heard about this game guy. But when I was running at this, there was another French guy who really loved this game
mm-hmm,
on my chat, and he said me he tried to speedrun it too, and he did a sub 1 hour,
mm-hmm.
but he never. He was maybe it was maybe a 57 stuff like that, and he never published it, and I don't remember his name. So yeah, this one
Oh
would be
man,
me.
yeah.
But yeah, that's I have no idea what was his name. I don't remember. But
That's
hey,
a
there
while
is
ago.
always some unknown guys.
Of course, yeah, and that's it. Like you never know, someone could have gotten a 55-minute time for all we know, just never posted it. So and like
Yeah.
you see a lot of people like in other comment sections for like on Spiky, especially when he uploaded his 55-minute time, he had 10,000 views on it. So he had a lot of comments, people saying like, "Oh, I'm learning how to speedrunning it. Oh, I just finished a run. Like, oh, I'm excited to run
Oh,
it. This and that." But like you don't like no one's ever uploaded a time
yeah.
since then at the same time, so it's cool that people are running it, but no one's actually uploaded a time, which is interesting
Yeah,
because
that's funny because seriously, when you do a sub-hour run, it's pretty an
that's a
achievement.
big
So
deal. Yeah,
it's sad to not share it, but
exactly.
maybe I don't know what are the reason. Maybe the things are too bad because I'm not close to the world
Mm-hmm.
record
It's like,
like
oh, it's
this.
not top three, so I'm not gonna bother, or
Maybe,
oh, it's
yes.
yeah,
And I hope it will change because it's really cool to see
absolutely, yeah,
average time, and it's pretty cool. Just run for fun, even if it's
yeah.
not record
Get your name
pace.
on the leaderboard just to see it. Like I think we're 7 people on that leaderboard. I think it goes from 1 to 7, I think, and like the second oldest run is from 7 years ago, and it's an hour 40 minutes. And
Okay.
then so
Yeah, that's
like exactly.
seriously, and that's I think it's encouraging at the beginning, and if they really like it, maybe they will push it a little bit
Yeah,
further. But I think, yeah, the main reason to speedrun is to have fun
that's
first.
it exactly. It's
Yeah,
fun
you
to meet
know,
people along the way as well as like I like a lot of the people that I've met, a lot of the people that come out just to watch the Maximo content. It always makes me happy to see that people do enjoy the game and that there's like
yeah,
so few places to go to watch it at this point. So when you're one of the few people doing it, you'll get a lot of people there just happy to see Maximo, and
yeah,
that's really nice too.
yeah, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's a completely different way of playing a game, and
Yeah,
that's I like it. I really like it, and I think a lot of people like it too because when you see a game of your childhood completely destroyed,
that's
you
it.
are, oh my god, what's happening?
A game that took some people like weeks or months to beat because of how
Maybe
difficult it could be,
years for some
Yeah,
people.
that's it.
At the time, there was no, there was internet, but it was
It
so
was a
much.
very, 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 very different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's cool. Let's keep the speedrunning spirit
Absolutely.
going on. Yeah, pretty
I
cool.
love it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And yeah, that's funny because on this game, of course, my main category was 100%, but I also did the 100,
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that after too. It's perfect.
which is completely dumb. Don't do it.
I wanted to ask you that too. It's like, how do you come up with a route for 100%? And some people are like, oh, you should try to do some 100% runs. And I was like, I'm never going to fucking touch 100% for my whole
You
life.
will
I
lose
could
your
guarantee
sanity.
that.
And well,
Oh, man.
it's funny. Yeah, there is a small funny thing about behind this run. Of course, I was doing any percent, a
Yeah.
lot, a lot, a lot. I did my PB. I was really happy, but I continued a bit. And there was this ESA when I able to present this run. So I did it. And during this speedrun marathon, there is a training room with a lot of TVs where
Mm-hmm.
you can train before running. We
Yeah.
just play with friends, try stuff. I really like this atmosphere. It's
Oh,
super
for
cool.
sure.
Yeah,
I hope this game gets big enough that like we could see people attending
yeah,
more of these events, like as like games done quick, or even the ESL.
yeah. I
You know.
hope too. I hope too.
Yeah.
And so I was playing before the run to train,
Mm-hmm.
and when I did it, when I finished, suddenly I wanted to do something new because I washed out and let's try 100%.
Oh my god.
And I began the routing of this category in this training room at the ESA.
My god.
And so yeah, it's quite simple. First, I had to figure out how the percentage was calculated.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a few hours to understand it pretty well. And when it was done, you just took paper and you write notes.
That's
And
insane.
first, you do a list of everything you have to pick up. And no, I have to do this before, no, this before, this before.
Fuck.
And to be honest, that's why I prefer now it's routing. I think it's
Yeah.
so cool to search for the fastest route, some crazy strategy, and I really enjoy it. And when I had to run this game, that was the opposite.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the routing part's fun, but then having to actually follow that route, that's got to be brutal.
Yeah, that's really brutal
Yeah.
because you know the frustration of this random factor at the end.
Yep.
In this 100%, it's constant because if you lose your shield, you lose so much time, so much.
Exactly.
So at every enemy, you have to pray that it doesn't drop a fucking shield on you.
Yep. My god.
That's so yeah. Of course, it's absolutely not optimized. It can be beaten by a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I won't recommend this category unless you're really, really in love with this
If
game.
you really like, that's it. And I've never done I've never 100% mastered the game ever, like never in my life. But people keep coming in my chat and they're like, "Oh, did you ever do it?" And I say no. And they're like, "Oh, every time I play through this game, I always make sure to go for it." It's like, how do you manage to do that so often, and how do you like remember it? Like, I have the
Yeah.
guidebook, and even with the guidebook, when I was trying to get 100% mastery as a kid, like I couldn't even do it.
Well,
You know?
it's of course the first run I did a lot of mistakes, forgot things. I did a lot of percent runs. It's
Yeah.
so frustrating. Yeah, these kind of runs are really long, but that's also what it's super interesting because you have to learn really perfectly, and it's muscle memory. And
Absolutely.
at the
Yeah.
time, you don't think at all. It's just like a musician partition. You train it a lot. At the end, you almost close your eyes and you know
Yeah, and
where you
your hands just know what they're doing.
that's true. At the beginning, it's way longer than any percent
Oh yeah.
to just do a run because you will forget a lot of stuff
Yep.
at the beginning, and since it's pretty long, yeah. The really good thing is when you do 100%, you have the feeling of completely knowing the game because in any percent you rush main stuff, and with 100% you have every place in this game, and I think it has its charm too.
Yeah.
When you do it, you can say, okay, I know perfectly this game. If one day I have something is missing in any percent run, I know exact location of every item in the
Mm-hmm.
map, and it's a really huge advantage. But
Absolutely. Because there's
yeah,
some
it's
little backup strats that you could take. I know that in the last level in World 2, if you don't have the magic bolt attack, you could, right before the end, you could just jump down, pick one up for free, and then
yeah,
go back. A lot of people wouldn't know that because they haven't done the 100% of the game.
that's it.
Like a lot of little stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, and that's especially if you want to do some. I remember it's not sad, but I remember one. Well, it's not a marathon. It was for a French program. I did a demonstration of Resident Evil 4
Mm-hmm.
speedrun, and I remember going into the last zone, and I went super unlucky, super unlucky. I was hit maybe 5 times in a row. I
Oh.
had to use all my healings, and I passed the checkpoint with only 1 HP, and I couldn't finish the next zone because I was too slow when you slow down,
Yeah.
and I wasn't able to finish this run. I had to. Fortunately, I had some backup save on my memory
Okay.
cartridge,
Yeah.
so I was able to say, "I'm really sorry, I have to load another level run." But it's super frustrating, especially when I remember that there was a healing item, maybe 10 seconds away, hidden in a bar. If
Yeah.
I had done a lot of kind of 100% run, it would have been instantaneous. I would
You'd
have
have
think,
known. That's
even
it.
with the pressure of this moment, I would have been able to think about it, but I was so stressed and oh my god, it's over. So yeah, 100% is painful, but
It could
it's
help
a
you in some situations at the same time. I will get like a good understanding of it if
that's
you
it.
manage to complete it, which is that's a smart thing if people are willing
Yeah,
to go for it, you know.
yeah, and I hope one day other people will try it, but
Absolutely. I've watched your 100% run and it's like, my god, does this look painful,
yeah,
you
really,
know.
really painful. But it's cool to see everything on a game,
Yeah.
and also I really like this one. I never published it because I never did any videos, but I did the full set and I did the low percent of Maximo too.
Oh, see. Okay. I found I think you talked about that on like either on one of the
My cha-
forums.
on my channel, I think it was on my
Was
Twitch
it channel?
channel.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
let me
Because
check.
there was a forum where you were talking about it. I'm not sure if it was
Oh, maybe the forum
Speed
too.
Demos Archive or what, but I remember you
Maybe.
saying that you beat it in like whatever percent, which is actually like not really correct because the bosses account for like a
Yeah,
good amount of a percent extra. I remember you typing that somewhere, but I couldn't remember where I found it. Oh, it's on your about section on Twitch. That's where I found it.
I think so. I'm checking it. Bio. Yeah, that's it.
That's where it was. I thought it might have been
28%.
a forum, but no, it's on your about section. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's it. Because you have to kill the boss, of course.
Yeah, naturally.
And each boss is something like 5 or 6%. I
Gotcha.
don't remember. So that's
Yeah,
really frustrating. But yeah, to do this 28%, that's awful.
yeah. Because
I
if
had
you
to
kill one
stop.
enemy by accident, over, gotta reset probably, huh?
Yeah, but that's not the hardest part
Really? Okay.
because you have to be careful of every item. Sometimes you have some gold or coin, you have to avoid them.
True.
So some passages are really hard, and the hard thing is, the end of every level, kill every enemy so that the magnetic thing around the
Mm-hmm.
stone will come off. In fact, it's not killing every enemies that wipe out this magnetic field. Is that there is no enemy here. So I had to manage to get to make the last enemy spawn and to lure
To
them
lure him
away.
away? Yeah.
And sometimes, they can't go further away than a precise distance.
Yeah.
And it's not
Eventually they'll
showing.
just kind of stand there and just stop.
So I had to do some backstab attack right in front of them to push them away, to push them away, to push them away, and I had to do it on every level.
Oh my god.
It's just awful, but it's fun.
It's fun.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole other challenge on top of it.
I have
That's
no video
funny.
of it because it was just a test run,
Of course.
and so I can assure you it's doable, but it's stupid.
But yeah,
Even
it's a whole other level of you'd rather be doing 100% at that point.
yeah. But yeah, it was just a demonstration, but it
Yeah,
was
like
fun.
it's something that could happen in the future. You never know.
Yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
and yeah, maybe I still have my notes somewhere. Oh my
Hiding
god, I
somewhere.
have to check for it.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
So yeah, I really love this game. I did it.
Yeah, my god. No, I love all the stuff you've done. Like your just the repertoire in general is insane. You look at all the games you have run in the past, and my god, is it insane?
Yeah, I was really, really active.
Oh
I
yeah.
was streaming every day, something like 4 or 5 hours every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, that was cool. That was cool at the time.
Oh yeah.
No, I this time again. That's too much. Way too much, you know.
No, 100%. And like it's got to wear on you at the same time running like that often for that long. Like I feel like at a certain point you might just kind of not burn yourself out, but you might just start feeling a little like, okay, something new
At
now.
least you have to change games often,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because that's what happened with my Resident Evil 4. I played it too much, and now I don't want to play it again because
Mm-hmm.
it's really sad because it was my favorite game, and now I'm not sure if I want to play it again. I
Exactly.
just played it too much, man,
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much.
No,
So
it's
that's pretty sad.
100%. Yeah, no, I don't blame you for feeling that either.
Hmm.
But every now and then, will you boot up a Maximo and just be like, oh yeah, I'll just play this for fun kind of thing? Or is that one of those games too that you're like, I don't know?
Yeah, maybe try to do a video of this slow fade. Maybe. I don't know.
That's it. Just a
Let's see.
little like, if you're feeling it, of course. I don't want to like push you to do something like that, but it'd be fun to see some content, obviously. But again, like, I'd rather you be happy doing what you do,
Yeah,
you know?
thanks.
So,
Thanks.
of course.
Yeah, I really, for now, it's really important for me to play when it's really a pleasure.
Yeah,
I don't want to force myself to do anything.
exactly. Playing video
And
games is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to like have a good time
that,
doing it to
that.
escape work and
And
all that.
sometimes I don't play during months and even years
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah.
And just suddenly, I just want to do a challenge, like the old good vibes of challenges. Oh my God, I have to do a challenge.
I
And
love it. That's a good mindset. That's really fun.
yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Was that the first game you ever?
Yeah, it was the first time I ever published a speedrun
Oh,
anywhere. It's the first time I ever attempted one. I installed LiveSplit and everything to get it to give it a shot, but it was the one that like interested me the most. I'm like, if there's any game I want to have a good time in, it's gotta be like I want it to be Maxima, like one of my favorite games like of all time, like as a kid especially, you know. So it felt good, like just seeing your name on the leaderboard, even though it was fourth by like 40
yeah.
minutes. You know, it's like we're up there, man. That's awesome.
That's cool. That's the spirit.
That's
And
it.
by the way, second game or
Oh wait, so could you repeat it? Sorry, it cut out a little bit.
sorry, did you like the second Maximo on PS2 or
I
not?
did, but I didn't like it as much as the first one. What about you?
Me
Yeah,
Me too. I think it's cool,
for
but I
sure.
really
It's a good game. There's nothing wrong with it, but you compare it to the first one, it's like,
yeah, I prefer everything on the first
yeah,
one. Less action, but more punishing, and
yeah,
the feel is better. But I also did a speedrun of the second one, but individual level.
yeah. It
Uh,
was a segmented too, right? So, like, I think you have a segmented run. Yeah.
it was a segmented run, and I'm pretty sad because I'm pretty sure nobody did decent speedrun on it. Let me
See,
check.
no, that's where you're wrong. There's the world record holder now will come in my Twitch chat. He started running it about a month ago too. He brought
Oh, really?
the time down to
Oh,
115, I think,
cool.
the other day.
That's cool. I really want to see a one single segment.
Yeah, if you go Army of Zin any percent, yeah, world record Ants beats 99, 1 hour 15,
Oh,
59.
nice. That's way better than previous time. Cool.
Yeah, that's it. Otherwise, there was one run. It was an hour and a half, and he
Yeah,
beat
that
that
was
record two
really
days ago.
slow. Well, it's a time, but it's really slow comparing
But
for me.
yeah, when you realize you can knock off more than
Sub hour.
15
Yeah,
minutes. Yeah.
I did a sub hour,
I
so
was gonna say yours
definitely
is like 58 something. I think yours is in like the high 50s,
don't.
segmented.
Let me see. Oh my God, it's a 53, 53.
53, shit.
Oh my God.
Even
Oh,
better
that's
than
really
Ghost of
low.
Glory.
But yeah, that's segmented. And since
Of
there
course,
is
yeah, yeah.
a lot of battles involving a lot of random stuff, it's gonna be hard to do it in. But sub hour is definitely doable in single segment. Definitely, I'm waiting for a sub hour.
Yeah, we'll see.
Really.
I'll keep you posted on that too, because
Yeah, yeah.
he
Send,
runs the game very frequently too.
if you are in touch with this guy, please send him all my luck.
Absolutely,
To
I'll let him know.
sub hour. That's really, even if it's not my favorite one, I kind of like
It's
this
still
game
cool.
too.
It's still Maxima, you know. Like it's still
Yeah.
like it feels good to see people playing the other games as well, which is
Yeah.
nice. But yeah, because
That's
he found me again. Like when I was streaming on Twitch, I was playing through Ghost to Glory, and he came in and he's like, "Oh, I'm going for world record attempts in Army of Zin." I was like, "Good luck, man." And
Ooh.
the next day, he's like, "Oh, I got the world record."
Nice.
Oh, it's so funny. And then he's been running it like constantly for the last month.
Yeah, it's 2 days ago, his last
Yeah,
PB,
yeah, 2 days
so.
ago he beat that with a broken finger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome, that's the man.
He's a good dude, yeah. Super talented with the game. But
That's so,
again, like
so
you
cool.
when you watch the run, there are still a pretty good amount of mistakes that are made. So you could definitely see this
Yeah,
game
and I
getting pushed
remember
lower and
there is
lower.
a skip super hard. We have to find a setup for it, a skip that save around one, and I didn't find at the time any consistent
Hmm.
setup. I hope you will find because it's really important to do it.
I I don't know if it's this one. He found one a couple days ago. I don't know if it's the same one you're talking about. Let me check
Oh,
really quickly.
no problem.
I just don't know if we're talking about
It's,
the same spot
it's so
here.
cool to speak with people sharing, the
Oh,
same
absolutely.
point.
It's so sick.
Yeah, and I know I'm pretty hidden in the shadow for years, but I like it.
I it might be wait, is this? Yeah, it might be this. Let me I think I just saved it. I hope Discord will let me send it. Yep, okay, there we go. Sorry, my doggy is barking in the background.
Okay, no problem. Can I? Oh shit. Um,
I just don't know if this is the spot you might be talking about, but he found a decent skip.
oh no, that's awesome. I don't know this one.
Yeah.
That's cool. New
Yeah,
discovery.
not bad. And doesn't he like pretty much all on his own? Like I'm not sure if he read about it somewhere, if he just found
Excellent.
out, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
a new
yeah.
one. Seems hard, but cool. No, I was referring to there is a arena with a lot of huge
With the
stones,
stones, yeah.
right? And you can, but it's so precise,
Oh, you
man.
can? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you watch my run, you can skip the entire arena with a
Shit. No
super
way.
precise.
Okay.
But yeah,
Because
but do you have any? I don't know. It's been years since I didn't come to Discord. But is there any group for Maximus
I
Pizzinaring?
started up a Discord server actually, like
Cool. Let
specifically for
me in,
like
man.
people. Yeah, let me do it right now. They're gonna
Yeah.
freak out if you join. Because I told them that I
Okay.
was that you like I sent the screenshot that you replied to me and like people were freaking out. They're like, "Holy shit, you answered!" And everyone was like
That's
really excited to see you.
Glory of Zine. Yes,
That's it.
that's cool.
Yeah. So a lot of people were
Yes.
asking for a server too, so I set it up. It's still like being worked on. I'm still like changing times. I'm still there's a lot of sections I want to type in like either strategies, FAQ, all that stuff. That's
Yeah,
empty for
everything
now,
needs
but
to be done because there is nothing.
oh my god, yeah. And I want to
Yeah,
write a strategy guide for the speedrun
yeah,
for
that would
Ghost
be
of Glory.
cool.
Yeah,
That
because
would
I
be
want like because especially on speedrun.com, like if anyone goes into this game without knowing anyone, like I'm lucky I've spoken to you, I've spoken to Spiky, I have people to
yeah.
talk to. A lot of people have no one to talk to.
So yeah, I know this feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
especially
and
my God.
that's really cool. So I'm sorry, I'm not really talking on those social media, but
No, no, by all
I
means.
will
That was the hard
learn.
part, like, trying to get in contact with you. I'm like, I can't find them. These got no Twitter, Discord, anything like that. I couldn't find you anywhere. I didn't know you had a
Yeah.
Discord, but you had a YouTube,
Oh,
and I commented there because on Twitch you can't leave comments, obviously. So I'm like,
yeah, yeah, but
maybe YouTube he'll reply, and sure enough.
that's cool. And I will check sometimes and maybe post on this thing. At least I'm sending because that's really really cool.
100%. Oh man, I'm super happy that I was able to talk to you. Oh my god.
Well, I I know this feeling because I had a dream and I wasn't. I don't know if there is any um, record history of this game. I don't think so. But
Hmm.
when I started to run this game, there was absolutely no runs
That's
like
why.
maximum, but only on a small Japanese website. There were a ranking
Oh,
of four people,
okay.
and they were all Korean, and they
Really?
had some insane time. To give you an example, the new game plus, which is totally broken compared to a new
Oh
game, if
yeah,
you are
of course.
was around 2 hours, maybe 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys had a 2 hours, 2 minutes in a new game. And I was like,
Fuck.
how is this possible?
Yeah.
It's just completely impossible. And there was, of course, no video, nothing, just, name, not real name. It was called Wave and Seraphim. That was the first two guys. And there was no way to find them. I remember at this time, and I was about to encounter some Korean people,
Okay.
and I asked them, please search on Korean net, those guys, please, and they searched for me. They found nothing
Oh man.
except a small blog with one technique of Seraphim, a really small one, and that's amazing because it's a really hot strategy back at this time, and that's the only thing I found about. And it's so frustrating to not be able to see how it has been done, to not discuss with those people. And
Absolutely.
I had to find everything by myself. Well, it was another cool, but I'm still pretty sad to not have been able to contact those guys because they
100%.
did
Because
an
they probably were pretty
amazing job.
knowledgeable too, as well. And like you have no way of talking to them. It's like they're right here near here, but you can't get that point across. Like you can't reach out to them, and
Yeah,
they can't get back. So that's probably why it's so frustrating. You
that's
know?
super frustrating. Or even see the video to see how they did that.
Yeah.
And seriously, I can tell you, those guy was freaking amazing
Oh,
at
for
this time
sure.
to have pulled off such low time. There was
Eesh.
beasts, really beasts.
No
So,
kidding.
and funny thing, I think there is a real community on this game in Korea because when I record, 4 months later, a new Korean guy beat my time with a crazy time too. So those guys are
They really
scary,
like it,
man.
huh? Oh yeah, no
They are
kidding. Oh
really
shit. I
scary.
had no idea.
So yeah, but no way to get contact with them.
Of course. Sad.
Sad, sad.
That's life, man. Shit.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I was gonna say something too regarding that, but it totally slipped my mind. It was on that subject though of like getting. Oh, it was when you mentioned like what the history would be. The thing is, like, the history pretty much, like, the farthest back I could go again are like some discussions that people have about running the game or wanting to, or like, oh, I just beat it in like 2 hours or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then like the first time we have like an actual like published time, it's your 54-minute time,
I
you
have
know?
before. If you want, I can search for my previous run. If you want,
For sure.
uh,
If you have access to it somewhere, I could
I I think I'm just taking notes. I'll search for it after. Maybe on old hard drive. I still have this run. I hope, but I remember my first run was 1 hour, 7 minutes, and something.
My god. Okay.
I will search for it.
Sounds good. Here, I'll type that up on my side too. 1 hour 7, you said?
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
But I don't remember the seconds. And there were a video of it, but I can't find it on YouTube. I hope it didn't disappear. I'll search for it, and
Okay.
I will keep you in touch.
I was gonna say, like, if you find anything, by all means, let me know.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it's gonna be
especially
a
if you want
while.
to do, a record history,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty important because yeah,
100%.
it was officially the first one. Yeah.
Yeah,
At my
absolutely.
knowledge, of course, maybe there is a guy in the shadows trying. I don't know.
That's it. I tried digging as much as I could, and like I get some old like Speed Demos archive posts, and I get some other ones, and you're talking in some of the discussions, and I remember when you broke the 54-minute mark, I'm pretty sure like some people were like congratulating you, saying like, holy shit, like that's a ridiculous time, and just so on and so
Yeah.
on. Like I remember seeing AM, and like this
Yeah.
is AM 8 years ago. I'm like, oh my god, this is the AM like on SDA, like holy.
Yeah, that's pretty old. I feel like
Yeah.
a boomer now. But yeah, that was that was a time when Twitch was at its beginning and you could stream with a shitty quality, without any webcam,
Yeah.
and
And everything's
it's so
perfect.
different right now. I'm not criticizing stuff, but it's so, for me, it's totally different. There is some pop-up stuff when someone follows.
Yeah, there's all the fancy stuff now. Back
Yeah,
then,
fancy stuff, some
nothing.
fancy overlays.
Yeah.
wow, for me it was just a black screen and
And your game and like your
yeah.
controller, like you with the
And I
controller in your
was
hands,
one of the first to put a video, a cam,
like a
how
hand
to say,
cam.
a hand cam.
Yeah.
The first one, at my knowledge, was Cosmo to do it
Oh,
during
okay.
that time.
Yeah.
And I remember when I saw it, I was, oh my God, that's too cool. I have to do it too. But at this time, nobody put a face cam. So that's really funny. It was
Interesting.
totally
Yeah, no,
different.
100%. That's super,
Yeah,
super cool. I didn't even know
yeah,
Twitch existed 8 years ago. Funny enough, like because of your video seeing a highlight from 8 years ago, I'm like, oh my god, Twitch is old too. Like I didn't realize Twitch has been 8 years in
yeah,
the making or
yeah. When
more.
you said me 8 years, I was, what? 8 years already?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
Time passes
it
fast.
flies.
Time
Yeah.
flies fast. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, I'm still in love with
I love it. No,
do
I'm
it.
glad you are. I'm glad you're still.
For example, and that's funny. You beat your time 2 days ago. That's it.
Yeah, it was about like almost 3 days ago at this point. I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I think the same day I beat also my PB on games, and I was really happy. It's not
That's awesome.
absolutely not a world record class, but I just wanted to speedrun this game a bit with a funky category. And I remember beating my time, and you send me a message, and I click, and oh, new world record! Oh,
What a day.
that's,
Oh
that's
my
too
god.
cool.
So that too, like, did you know that? Because obviously, when you check like the speedrun website, like it wasn't even you who published the video; it was the
Yeah,
moderator at the
all
time.
my
Like,
time on this site are published by other people.
so like I wasn't
It's
even sure if you, not that like if you knew it was world record or not, but it doesn't seem like if you try looking at maximal world record, nothing really showed up at the time. So I wasn't even sure, to be honest, if you just did a run of Maximo and like that was it. But I figured like after watching the like your interview, I'm like, he probably knows that it's world record. Like he has to know that this is a
oh
very good
yeah,
run, you know?
at the time it was obvious it was a world record.
Yeah.
And I remember when speedrun.com launched a few years ago,
Yeah.
and I watched, and at the time there was only two guys, me and another guy, and so yeah, I knew officially it was me who held the record,
Yeah.
but yeah, I never took the, how to say, I never log into this
That's it.
website.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
let the other people submit my own runs.
That's
Just
it.
do it.
Yeah.
It's funny because they have different name. At some places I'm Dive Dragon, other places I'm AM.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I love it. So is AM an abbreviation for your name or
Yeah, to be honest, AM is just my because my name is Christian, and so
it's
it's AM.
it
And
cut off, sorry.
so,
Like could you just repeat that one? It cut off really quickly. I'm sorry.
sorry,
Yeah.
AM is just my initial of my name.
Okay.
It's just Adrian because I'm Adrian and family name, so it's AM. And there is a funny story around it because at the time it was in 2005,
Okay.
I think. I was going to Japan frequently to learn Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in love with shooting games, as
Yeah.
I said. So I went to arcade, to game centers where there is some arcade cabinet to play. And one of the first shooting games that I really, really dig in was called Mushi Hime-sama. It's a shooting game, pretty hard. And so I trained a lot. And I remember when I first one coin cleared this game, when I finished the game with one coin with no continue, it's pretty an accomplishment too.
Absolutely.
I was shaking. I was taking my old camera, filming, the credits. And at the end, you have to put your name, in the ranking. And I was like, I don't have any name. I don't know how to put. And I just took the first thing coming into my mind, and it was my own name initials,
Yeah.
AM, and it
AM.
became my
I love
pseudonym everywhere. Yeah,
That's
and
amazing.
when I wanted to come to Twitch, AM is too short for a name, so I had to find another one, and I didn't have any ID, and I was just looking around my room, which is full of arcade posters. You can see some of them.
Yeah,
I
noticed there's a Capcom one.
I'm collecting some really old arcade game posters.
I love
and
it.
one of them is Tower of Draga, which is a game completely hard, ridiculously hard. And at the end, of course, the hero say, "Die, you evil Draga." I was, oh, let's put that name.
I love it.
And that's how my Twitch got name Die with Draga. Yeah.
Perfect.
But
I never knew the lore behind it. Oh man, I'm really happy.
so random, man.
I love it.
Nothing deep.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Good memory, everything.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but some good memories.
All right.
Yeah. So, do you think you will continue to run this?
I know that a lot of people still want to see the maximum runs, and I think like if I do lower the time, like I could probably lower it by maybe a little bit more. If like I could replicate everything, it's gonna be very hard. That's what I said too. Like getting 5441 already took 8 years for someone to do.
Oh no, it didn't take me 8 years.
No, but like
from me to
yeah, exactly. Like you for sure. Like I mean, you're ridiculously good at the game, so obviously
several years of gaming. Yeah, for me
for sure. So that's it. When you look at that and how no one came close to 5441 for like almost 8 years, and then we got 5442. I'm like, that was like a once in a lifetime opportunity, just like down the drain. And then we lowered it by like 30, almost 40 seconds, I think. And to take it that low, I think is a bit ridiculous. So I don't know.
That's really good, and I think that's because you were two. I think it really helped you to beat to go this far, because when you are alone, it's really hard sometimes.
Absolutely.
And that's really cool that you were two running this game, sharing stuff,
for
encouraging yourself. That's a way of running games. Yeah, I think
for sure. And that's it too. It's like with what little resources you had, and it's pretty much all just you planning out routes, trying stuff that worked, and seeing what stuck. All that time led to like one of like the most insane times I've ever seen. And again, it showed because no one came close. No one was close to 54.
Yeah, there was just one skip at the time that I didn't found. Stupidly, in the first one, you above, the lava stuff.
Yeah.
You skip 10 seconds. That's the only thing.
I was going to say, like, literally, if you compare both runs, that's the one thing that you didn't do. Yeah. And that saves like 15-ish seconds, I think.
Really small improvement I saw, but it's like maybe it's not those 10 seconds that I lose stupidly because I found this trick. That was the only major discovery.
Literally, yeah, that was the one thing that I could think of that you didn't come up with because it's not in the run. And it's, again, it's another level of like, I think that was Spikey who found it. It's literally just like thinking like maybe I could reach that, I don't know, and then just trying it, and it's sure enough it's like,
and I'm happy I found it, because in fact I found it, but later when I was doing my 100% run, I found it and I was, oh shit, I don't want 20% again, and I didn't do it again. But I knew it, and I knew that there was 10 seconds completely free there.
That's it, because like you're not thinking, oh, maybe if I jump over there it'll save time. It's something that you just can't really think of or anticipate. You just like, I'm gonna get the key, go around, and your route is still very fast, but like that literally just go straight.
It's stupid, it's because I was think about it. I was, no, it's way too far, it won't make it. Even try. You have to try everything, man.
Yeah.
Even the stupidest thing, you have to try it. Yeah. Because sometimes it works.
It just might work. You never know. That's it.
Yeah.
My God.
That's the magic of routing, searching.
Yeah, and the joy of emulators too. Like if it doesn't work, just F3, load state, try something. F3, keep trying.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, because I tried seeing like because in the overworld in World 1, it almost looks like you could jump over to the boss area if you're able to get on a gravestone. Just kind of see, I'm like, maybe they didn't like block it out perfectly because no one's anticipating you to do a perfect like ledge boost to get there. So I tried it for like an hour. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna happen. But it was a thought. You never know.
Never found but let me think. You have to check. I don't remember, but I think with emulator and cheat engine, I jumped, and I think that the teleporter is here, so there is no point to try to sequence break because you won't be able to. Okay. But you have to check it again because it's 8 years old memory.
No, for sure.
But there is one thing I'm sure. I tried a lot on the first level of the last world, the siege, I think.
Yep.
There was a big gap at the end, and I tried a lot to jump above this gap
Oh,
rather than
yeah.
going to take the mechanism and stuff. I never managed to pull it off, but if it's possible, that would be
Save a
amazing.
lot of time. Oh, yeah.
But never managed to pull it off. Never.
Yeah, that's it. So I'd say like the only way we're seeing 52 is another like a big
Yeah,
sequence break or just
you
another
have
really big skip that no one's done.
if you really love it, please continue. But I would say your time is super solid,
Thank you. Yeah.
and it's gonna be super hard to beat it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
maybe focus on searching other
Yeah,
time.
I was thinking of some other stuff. Like people want to see Army of Zin, and now that I'm in contact with you, like maybe I could learn some routes from you. I could see the world record. I could watch the segmented run. Anything.
Sure.
So.
But I think it's gonna take you a lot of it,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's gonna be like at max 10 seconds.
That's it. Because I think my summon best is 53:20, and like.
Yeah, and
With
we
how
know
situational it is, I don't know about that.
Doesn't exist. You have to do some mistakes.
That's it. Unless you're like with how long the run is too, and it's a platformer, so you could literally land on a different pixel polygon every single time, but it'll never be the same. It's tough.
Yeah, it's just too hard. Seriously, if you compare, it's so close. It's for me. It's I won't say it's a perfect run, but
100%.
It's so good. No, it's really hard.
Yeah, but that's what I thought about yours, too. I'm like, if it gets beat, it's gonna be
stage. I think it's 98% best, something like that.
My God, yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah. So don't lose your sanity.
No. I'll run for fun for sure. Like I'm not gonna push hard to try to keep beating a world record, but like people still they like seeing the maximum content from time to time. So I'm still gonna like give it some shot too. Absolutely, yeah. My God, it makes me feel good. So yeah.
Me too. Yeah, and hopefully maybe in your who knows?
Yeah, that's it. And I know that Spikey was saying that he wants to get into streaming, and that if he does, he wants to do like a race. And if ever you're in the mood for that too, we could have like a 3-way kind of Maxima race potentially if you're down. So.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like races. That's for sure.
I've never done one, so I feel like it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, speedruns live still exist.
Yep. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And I remember doing a lot of races on the Metroid Prime at the time, and it's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's another way of pushing yourself further and further. And races are really fun. So if you can do some races,
100%. We could organize something. I'd love to do that.
That'd be that's cool. Yeah, and even if it's not your best, at least it will keep your level, your muscle memories.
That's it. Just keep it in check. Yeah.
Because it's really frustrating when you pause a game, you come out later, and oh my God, I forgot everything.
And that's it. And you're like, shit. Now what?
I have to relearn everything. Fuck.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. All right. I've kept you for an hour and a half. Are you busy today?
Problem.
So.
No problems. That's a pleasure, but it's also with your planning, as you wish. If you have any other questions.
I've gotten I think I'm good for now. If you have anything else to say too, by all means.
No, except keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Keep up,
and you as well.
Showing these games and pass by sometimes in the channel and
Sounds
to
good.
See the progress, and that's cool.
By all means, I'd love to see it.
At least send my salutation and encouragement to everyone.
100%. I'll let everyone know that you said hey. I'll probably include this part too. So awesome.
That's cool. That's cool, man.
Perfect. Passez une très belle journée, Monsieur Ian. Et merci beaucoup. Thanks for coming on. This is super fun, man.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. It was a pleasure. And we'll see you later.
Absolutely.
If you have any question, I will keep you I'll keep in touch with you.
Yeah, perfect. I'll keep messaging you if anything. So awesome. Sounds good, man.
And don't worry if I'm not on this app really often. If you want to talk with me, you can either on YouTube or
that's perfect.
Twitch, and I will pop up. No worry.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, man.
Okay, so see you, man. That was
Take care. Have a good night, dude.
You too. Bye.
Bye.